So let's talk about perimeter barriers. So what is a perimeter barriers? Perimeter barriers, it could be a fence, a wall, a gate, or it could be a physical and structural things. Overall, the main goal of perimeter barriers is to protect the facility with a limited number of access points to a number that you can easily and actively control. In some cases, a standard fencing could be enough to protect the facility, keeping out potential intruders or even animals. Our backyard need to be protected, so we put some fences to keep away those suspicious things like animals and suspicious human being. Concept of perimeter barriers. Perimeter barrier is a medium of structures which defines the physical limits of an installation or area to restrict or impede access, etc. It is any physical barrier used to supplement the protection of an inside or outside perimeter. Perimeter barrier also include the utilization of security personnel. Line of physical defense. Security manager and security personnel also consider the various lines of defense that could help delay or stop intruders. These are first line includes all perimeter barriers. Mga perimeter barriers such as the gate, the wall, fences, that is the first line. Second line includes the building exterior. The building exteriors includes the outside portion of structures, including the materials, equipment, and components which constitute the walls, roof, foundation, stairs, attached projection, and other external part and feature of the building. And the third line includes those internal control measure. Ito yung mga alagad ng batas kagaya ng BGMP, Bucor, Bureau of Correction. Ang lumalaganap kasi sa internal measure is mga organization purpose is protecting its resources against waste, fraud, and inefficiency, ensuring accuracy and reliability in accounting and operating data, securing compliance with the policies of the organization. Ilan lamang yan sa mga function ng internal control measures. Perimeter barrier openings. In determining the appropriate perimeter barriers, security managers should not overlook the necessity of monitoring perimeter openings that could be used by intruders. These openings are, number one is gate and doors. Gate and doors should also be guarded or locked as much as possible. Ang mga opening kagaya ng gates and doors dapat may mga lockout. Dapat isa ito, yung mga opening na ito ay dapat guarded or may mga lockout, kumbaga. Number 2, windows and similar openings should also be guarded or should be installed so as not to be used by intruder. Windows also, pag 24/7 perimeter barriers, ang windows is dapat din tutukan natin kasi maaari itong way para pasukan tayo ng intruder pag hindi natin naantabayanan ang windows. Whenever possible, windows in opening less than 18 feet above the ground, roofs and ledges, or less than 14 feet directly or diagonally opposite uncontrolled window. in other walls, fire escape, or other openings of 96 square inches or larger should be grilled or have steel bar protection. So in this explanation, no, it's to be better that ang ating windows and opening is less than 18 feet above the ground. Dapat ano kasi ito, less than 18 feet above the ground for the purpose na hindi makapasok yung intruders. And isa pa, nagagamit din itong ganitong height is sa mga jailhouse. Yun, jailhouse, which is para yung mga criminal sa loob ng isang facility ay hindi agad basta-basta makakatakas. Hindi agad sila basta-basta makakalabas sa jail, sa imprisonment. Number 3, sidewalks, elevators, and elevated part of the land near the perimeter barrier that provides access to areas within perimeter barriers and should be locked and guarded. So those sidewalks and elevators, no, kailangan din nating tutukan yun. Hindi kasi basta-basta ang mga pwedeng maganap, no, kung sakaling na-disturb yung isang guard natin. Number 4, utilities openings such as sewer, air intakes, exhaust tunnel, which penetrate the barriers and which have cross-section area of 96 square meter inches or more should be protected by bars and grills, etc. Sabi dito yung mga utilities openings such as sewer, air intakes, exhaust tunnel, which penetrate the barriers should be installed bars, grills, etc. Para lang may harang kasi maaari itong lusutan ng na mga suspicious na mga tao, na mga masasamang loob. Maaari nilang daanan, kumbaga. Number 5 is the clear zone. Is an obstruct area maintained on both sides of the perimeter barriers. A clear zone of 20 feet or more is desirable between the barriers and extension structure and natural covers, which may provide concealment or assistance to a person seeking unauthorized entry. Where it is impossible to have clear zone because of property leaves or naturally feature an increment in the height of fencing, increased guard coverage, more security lightings, or the use of intrusion device in the portion of perimeter barriers should be done. Clear zone is very important in the use of having extension to your house kasi meaning kasi yung clear zone is yun ang nasa gitna in between sa fences mo or sa fences papunta sa bahay mo. Yun ang clear zone, yung parang bakuran ng bahay mo. Yun ang clear zone na tinatawag natin. Importante magkaroon ng clear zone sa bakuran nyo. Hindi mo lang magamit ito kung may mga event or something na may gagawin kayo sa tahanan nyo. Magamit din ito to delay the intruder, no, na hindi makapasok yung bahay. Kasi may clear zone pa, hindi agad nila ma-reach out ang kanilang target, which is yung bahay mo. Kasi merong malaking espasyo na nakaantabay sa gitna. That is the example, no, na mahalagang magkaroon ng clear zone sa bahay nyo. Kasi para hindi agad yung mga threatening na pangyayari, hindi agad na i-apply sa mismong bakuran nyo kasi nadidelay sila. Clear zone of 20 feet or more should exist between the perimeter barriers and exterior structures, parking areas in natural or a man-made feature. Yun na nga, 20 feet, no? 20 feet is very useful, no? Very important na magkaroon kahit 20 feet lang na espasyo mula sa perimeter barriers at sa exterior structure ng bahay natin. It could be a big help, no? Letter B is clear zone of 50 feet or more should exist between the areas exist between the perimeter barrier and structure within the protected areas except when a building wall constitute part of the perimeter barrier. So yun na nga, the clear zone of 50 feet, no? Napakalaki na yun. It could be helpful, no? Building constitute part of the perimeter barriers. Helpful talaga magkaroon ng isang clear zone. Could help having a safe measure sa bahay natin. Type of perimeter barriers. Perimeter barriers include any of the following. So number 1 is the basic type. Fences are independent structure designed to control physical and visual access between outside areas. Types of fences include solid fences and full view fences. So may natawag tayong solid fences and full view fences. Solid fences is made of opening materials is such a way that visual access through the fences structure is designed. Solid fence is denied. Solid fences are constructed with heavy materials such as bricks, stone, and concrete, and usually extended down into the ground to a point view below the first line. So those are the solid fences. Now, it consists of heavy materials such as bricks, stone, concrete, and extended down into the ground to a point view below the first line, no? Bale, may mga iba't ibang klase tayong fences, no? So, ano naman tong full view fences na tinatawag natin? Yung full view fences is consists with steel, kagaya lang namang ng mga barbed wire. It could be barbed wire, no? Kasi pwede naman tayo maglagay ng fences ng kagaya ng barbed wire. So, para makita natin kung sino dumadaan-daan sa bakuran natin, hindi lamang for the purpose is para maharangan yung bahay natin. Ang purpose din ng mga fences na ito is para makita natin, ma-visualize natin ang mga nangyayari sa labas ng ating bakuran. So, ano nga ba ang advantage at disadvantage ng solid fence? Unang-una, ang advantage ng solid fence is denies visual access of the installation to the intruder. Ma-denied ang visual access ng mga intruder sa installation sa loob ng bahay nyo. Number 2 is to deny the intruder the opportunity to become familiar with the personal activities and the schedule of the movement of the guard. In the BGMP Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, the purpose ng mga advantage ng solid fences ay para hindi makita ng mga prison, no? Mga imprisonment or mga tao sa labas na nagbabalak na pasukin ang loob ng BGMP. Ang advantage nito ay hindi nila mapamiliarize ang guard kung sino nagbabantay at hindi nila alam ang mga positioning kumbaga positioning na tinatawag natin para sa safetyness ng ating mga guard sa loob ng jail, sa prisuhan. Ang disadvantage naman ng having a solid fence is prevents the guard from observing the area around the installation. Yun na nga ang sinasabi ko. Di agad nakikita ng mga guard, no, kung ano ang mga doing matters na mga nasa kabilang banda ng fence, Create shadow which may be used by the intruder for covering the concealment. So yun na nga, maaaring sa loob ng isang fence na solid, no, maaaring pagtaguan ito ng mga intruders, yung concealment na yun, pagtaguan ng mga intruders, which is napaka advantage yun para sa mga intruders. Full view fences meron dito example, full view fence is constructed in such a manner that visual access is permitted, such as wire fences through the fence structures. It is designed purely to control physical access between two areas. Meaning to say, purely to control physical access between two areas. So, kung nasa kabila ka, makikita mo ginagawa nila. Pero pag nasa kabila ka, alam din nila ang ginagawa mo at nakikita rin nila yung ano ang gagawin mo. Yun lamang ang pagkakaiba ng full fences saka sa solid fences. Meron tayong advantage rin ng full view fence. Advantages and disadvantages of full view fences. Advantages. Number 1, guards are able to keep the area surrounding the installation under observation. They observe the surrounding, no, because of the full view fences. Nakikita nila kung ano ang mga kaganapan sa loob at labas ng facility. Does not create any shadows. Yun ang isa sa advantage. Hindi nakakreate na any shadows na pwedeng pagtaguan ng mga intruder. Pero ang disadvantages lang ng full view fences is allow visual access to the installation. Kung ano yung ginagawa mo sa loob, ginagawa ng mga guards sa loob, nakikita ng mga intruders ito, ng mga masasamang loob, at nakakaroon sila ng idea kung ano ang ginagawa nila sa loob. Number 2 is allow the intruder to get familiar with the movement of the time schedule of the guard patrols. Yun ang sinasabi ko, naging familiar ito sa mga intruders kung ano ang kaganapan sa loob by time schedule ng mga guard at mga protocols ng mga guard. Wire fences is a type of fences made of chain link, barbed wire concertina designed with small opening not larger than 2 square inches and made of number of 9 gauge wires or heavier twist and barb salvage at top and bottom. So yun na nga ang mga example ng wire fence is the chain link. Yung mga familiar ba kayong mga square type na mga square type chain, which is used mostly, no, sa mga BGMP natin, no, yung mga chain link, yung mga may bob wire sa taas para hindi agad-agad makalabas yung mga prisoners or mga intruder natin. Specification for using chain link fences. Yun, may mga specification pala ang chain link, no. Na unang-unang specification nito is it must be constructed of 7 feet materials including top guard. Yun, mga 7 feet materials, no. It must be 9 gauge or heavier. Dapat mabigat ang ating chain link. Number 3 is mesh opening. Our mesh opening are larger than 2 inches per side, no? Yung mga opening yung sa gilid, 2 inches lang dapat, no? Hindi na super laki at hindi na super din liit. It should be twisted and barred salvage at the top and bottom, no? Yung sinasabi na ng twisted at barb sa taas at sa baba, yun ang proper na installment nila. Number 5, it should be security fastened to rugged metal or reinforced concrete. Number 6, it must reach below surface enough on soft ground to compensate for shifting soil and sand. Reach below surface enough. Kasi maaari namang kumbaga sa kahoy pa, maging marupok din yung nagiging malambot din yung surface ng lupa. So it should be nakaantabay, nakahukay talaga, no? Nakapasok talaga sa loob yung chain link ng foundation ng chain link natin, no? Number 7, it must reach within 2 inches of hard ground or paving. Yun, no? Dapat hard ground, no, ang paglalagyan ng mga ito. So meron din tayong specification for using barbed wire, no? Yung mga standard barbed wire, yung nakikita lang natin sa bakuran ng ating mga kapitbahay. So number 1 is standard barbed wire, twisted dove stand 12 gauge wire with 4 points barbed spaced on equal distance apart. Number 2 is barbed wire fending must be firmly affixed to posts highly excluding top guard. Number 3, barbed wire fencing should not less than 7 feet high excluding for guard. Not less than 7 feet high, no? Dapat mataas pa sa 7 feet high. 7 feet ang height ng barbed wire, no? The distance between standard will not exceed 6 inches and midway between part, no? Yun na. So, meron din using concertina wire fence. Concertina wire fences are formed like accordions, no? So, building walls include walls, floor, roofs, or their combinations serve also as a barrier, and they should be of such constructions to provide uniform protection just like wire fences. Yung mga building walls, no? Walls for protection that nag-provide ng wire fencing rin. Number 3, bodies of water like river, lake, cataract, sea, pond, or any bodies of water forming part of wall, building, or fences should not be considered an adequate perimeter barrier. Additional security measures like wire fences, concrete walling, security patrolling in flood lighting at night may be necessary for the portion of perimeter. So yung meron din palang bodies of water like river, no, na kailangan din lagyan ng mga security perimeter barriers for the purpose of additional security measures, no. Additional protective measures. Number 1, top guard is an additional overhang of barbed wire placed on vertical perimeter fences facing upward and outward with a 45-degree angle with 3 to 4 standard of barbed wires is spaced 6 inches apart. This will increase the protective height and prevent easy access. Itong top guard na sinasabi natin this is yung barbed wire na may mga matatalim na parang tusok, no? Ito yung ina-apply sa taas ng fence natin, outward and upward na 45-degree angles. Ito ay nasa taas ng barbed wire, ay nasa taas ng fences to avoid, ay para mas secured ang isang facilities kagaya ng BGMP. Mahihirapan mag-access, no, ang mga intruder mag-access palabas or pasok sa ating BGMP house. Number 2, guard control. Guard control stations are normally provided at main perimeter entrance to secure areas located out of doors and manned by guards on full-time basis. Sentry stations should be near a perimeter for surveillance at the entrance. Ang mga guard control station, sila yung mga booth o shelter ng guard while on duty sila. Sa loob ng isang guard station is nandito ang mga monitoring devices like CCTV, nandito ang mga remote ng mga alarm or mga functional system sa loob ng isang house, sa loob ng isang jailhouse, no? Kumbaga, nandoon ang isang access control ng isang jailhouse patungo sa nandoon sa loob ng isang guard station control. Number 3 is tower or guard towers. Guard towers are houses like structure above the perimeter barriers. It gives psychological effects to violators. So, sa isang jailhouse kasi, sa isang BGMP house, jailhouse, merong isang tower doon kung saan nandoon ang mga security personnel natin. Ang ginagawa nila is nagmo-monitor sila through visualize ang mga intruder at makikita din nila ang mga galaw na intruder sa tinatawag nating clear zone. So, sabi dito, nagkakaroon ng psychological effect, no? Nagkakaroon ng psychological effect kasi hindi agad makaka-attempt ang intruder kung ano ang gusto nilang gawin. Hindi sila makaka-attempt sa gusto nilang gawin dahil alam ng mga intruder na may nakatingin sa kanila 24/7 at pwede silang ma-reach out sa pamamagitan ng pag-threatening ng mga security guard through alert them, no, para ma-alert yung mga intruder na ang ginagawa nila ay bawal. Number 4 is sign and notices or control sign should be erected where necessary in the management of unauthorized ingress and preclude accidental entry. It includes entry ID, prohibited, and exclusive area sign. Ang mga control sign ay the signage para sa mga para lamang doon sa mga authorized na mga tao kagaya ng mga security. Sa isang control sign, nandoon ang tinatawag nating includes entry ID, prohibited, and exclusive area sign. Doon sa sign na yun is inclusive lamang sa mga authorized na mga personnel. Hindi doon para sa mga intruder. Kung yung specific na sign na yun is meron ding mga nakabantay doon. Perimeter guards are also employed in augmenting the existing perimeter security or perimeter barriers. A certain establishment has two types of employing perimeter guards. Number 1 is fixed post and number 2 is patrol. Fixed post security guard are assigned in a particular place of the compound. to guard and watch the area surrounding. Ang mga fixed control daw is sila yung mga guard na may mga specific na festo. Kagaya lang naman yung guard sa may gate, guard sa in the corner ng isang facility. Sila yung tinatawag na fixed post. At ang pangalawa is the patrol or roving. In the system, the security guard is required to walk and go around regularly around the company premises. Sila naman yung mga guard na nagro-rove sa isahang jailhouse or sa facility. May iba't ibang klase ng mga facilities, kagaya lamang ng mall. May mga specific na mga guard doon na naglilibot-libot upang matignan ang security at safety ng specific na lugar na establishment na yun. The most secured system of perimeter guard employment is at mutually supporting fixed posts. This system would require each guard to be visible to each adjacent guard and would provide the possibility for the area between to be under surveillance of either guard. However, this type of employment is expensive. Yun nga lang, no, nagkakaroon ng expenses, no? Malaki ang expenses ng gagastusin ng isang establishment kung ganitong style, method ng guarding ang gagamitin niya. Pero, for the most in case, ito ang pinaka-effective and pinaka-safe na method of security. A less expensive system is that of employing the guard as patrols. The security value of this type of employment is considerably reduced unless a sufficient number of frequency patrol are used to create essentially the same as that of tower guard. So, sabi dito, ang less expensive daw na employment is the patrolling guards. The security values of this type of employment is considerably reduced unless a sufficient number of frequency patrol are used to create essentially the same as the tower guard. Ang patrol guards at ang tower guards kasi is parang same lang ng function. Pero mas magiging less expensive pa ang mga ito. Ang less expensive pa ang patrol guards, no? Kung nandoon lang siya sa isang tower. Mas safe din, no? Para sa akin, mas safe din kung nasa tower ang patrol guards. Kasi, kaya niya i-visualize within 50 meters. Around 50 meters, kaya niya i-visualize ang mga kaganapan, di ba? In conducting patrols, the guard should be instructed to traverse an irregular route, providing different intervals between visual or actual contact with any given point on the fence. So yun nga, kailangan ng circulatory movement, kumbaga, no, ang isang patrol roving. Mag-rove kasi yan. Kailangan sa isang roving is kailangan ng circulatory movement na tinatawag natin point by point in every fences design. However, in practice, there are observed disadvantage of roving patrol to it. Mga disadvantage nito, even regular routes in time tend to become irregular and their irregularity. Number 2, the use of irregular roving patrol is made for the economy of personnel. The economy feature is usually carried so far that even the irregular route patrol fails to serve the purpose. And number 3, it is difficult for installation control personnel to determine that the roving patrol is actually carrying out its function. So, yun ang mga disadvantages nila, no? Sabi dito is, mahirap daw talaga ang maging roving patrol. A guard system that cannot be checked on is not a secured guard system. Double checking guard could be done by meron tayong ginatawag na double checking guards. Ang mga double checking guards is done by number 1, done by personal inspection. Personal inspection, security supervisors conduct on the spot and random inspection of post guards. No, importante kasi yung mga security supervisor is dapat tutok din sila sa kanilang mga tao kasi hindi all the time alerted yung kanilang tao at hindi all the time tama ang mga performance ng kanilang tao. Hindi all the time kasi na progressive, no? Nagpo-progress yung main function na dapat i-perform ng tao ni supervisor, ni security supervisor. And not the less is the artificial inspections. This is done through boundary clocks strategically installed around the perimeter and reporting through handheld two-way radio or similar communication gadget. So, this is the artificial inspection. Ang sinasabi dito is strategically installed around the perimeter. Kagaya namang na mga CCTV, mga radio para for the communication purposes. So, yun lamang po ang aking report at aking discussion. Sana po may natutunan kayo.